100% for the judges in order to be able to help them make their decision.
Yes, indeed. Some happy people. But nature has provided us a great costume for the day. A great shot of the moon above just a second ago in that clear blue sky that we are enjoying this afternoon here in Philadelphia.
And it's not that cold outside either.
It's not. Earlier today, I was a little concerned because it was so cold and so damp that I think it felt colder than it really was. But now today, this afternoon, what a great day we have in store.
We sure do. The other thing, too, it's interesting to note, I think, that as you look at the different bands on the street, you see some that maybe have been more successful in years past. As a result, they have won some significant prize money. And what happens is that money is able to be plowed back into the club.
Right.
Each band has their own special fundraising events throughout the course of the year. And in some cases, the string bands in particular, because they're musicians, they're able to go and perform and earn money in order to be able to reinvest that money into the clubs. In some cases, it costs $80,000, $70,000 or $80,000 to outfit some of the bigger, more elaborate clubs.
Isn't that incredible? And I think that's important to keep in mind when we talk about the weather. And we don't want to make too big of a deal of the weather, but that's important to keep in mind when you're investing that much money in a string band, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. You want to make sure that the rain's not going to dampen those plumes and make them wilt. You want to make sure that the wind's not going to blow them off. You just want to make sure that the weather's going to be just right.
And we're going to be bringing you all of that and much more as we continue with our live coverage of the 1990 Mummers Parade.
Solve your storage problems with these great ideas from True Value Hardware Store. Organize a cluttered garage with this storage center from Lee Rowan. The complete kit is just $49.95. Locate stored items easily with Rubbermaid see-through containers in assorted sizes from $4.99 each. And create more space with the Clareson Closet Organizer Kit. It's just $39.95 at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
The question is, how do you get the sofa you want in the style and fabric you want and get it in 35 days? The answer, Choice Seating Gallery. And save now during our clearance sale. First, make your choice from over 400 styles and choose from over 1,000 fabrics. Then put the fabric of your choice on the style of your choice and get it as a sofa and love seat, or a sleeper and chair, or even a sectional and get delivery in just 35 days. Save 25 to 50% during Choice Seating's clearance sale.
While Buick is the most trouble-free American nameplate, that's not the only reason people buy Regal. And right now, there's another reason to drive a Regal.
See it on your screen, live and sunny. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Ray Murray, along with Pat Schrocky, standing by, awaiting the arrival of our first string band in the 1990 Mummers Parade.
I wanted to know whether you noticed anything special about me again this year.
Oh, they look great. Pat's wearing her flashing lights. Those are fabulous.
Can we see them? Jim Gadanek, our director, noticed them earlier. I said, Jim, you need to be able to get a tight shot of these. I don't know whether...
You can't see that they're actually blinking.
They are. There is a little battery in this one, and they trip, and it makes all the lights light up.
My little Christmas tree. You look gorgeous.
That's me.
You really look good today.
Oh,
we mentioned earlier that are you going to strut today? That's the
no. In fact, it's very funny. I was reliving last year just for a brief moment as the crowd started hollering, "Tastes great, less filling." Ray last year, if any of you were with us for that, was out leading the cheer.
We have two sides here on Broad Street, and they're both jam-packed with people. And sometimes when they wait for the arrival of a string band, what happens is the crowd sort of get to entertaining each other. And one side's yelling, "Tastes great," and the other side's yelling, "Less filling." So it's sort of a built-in commercial. So one beer company's getting some great free advertising.
They are. And the crowds really have grown significantly at 15th and Market, in the stands and along the street. As you see everyone sitting there bundled up, almost everyone wearing gloves, because once you sit still for a long time, it does feel a little bit chilly.
I suspect that they're starting to move. You can hear the crowd starting to yell. While we have a few seconds here, we might quickly mention the music that you can expect to hear today. Now, obviously, you'll expect to hear all kinds of music, and great music at that. One interesting thing, though, the first band, as a matter of fact, the Greater Overbrook String Band is playing the William Tell Overture. Well, you'll probably hear 3 or 4 string bands throughout the day play that song. In essence, that's a classical song, and until a few years ago, classical music was something you didn't hear among the string bands. Now you're looking at, I guess, the city's official representative here in the Mummers Parade. That is Dolores Andy. She is the city's recreation director, leading the string bands into the judging area.
Oh, she does look lovely, doesn't she?
She looks great today, a fine representative of the city. Greeting the crowd.
Waving to everyone, she walked up the street right ahead of the string bands and has gotten a very warm welcome. And here we have the first sight as they round the hall, as they round City Hall, the Greater Overbrook String Band. Oh, you could just see the crowds craning their necks in order to be able to get that very first glimpse of the plumes and the instruments.
You know, we're happy to be able to bring you this live coverage of the 1990 Mummers Parade. You have a great seat at home, a nice, warm, cozy seat. You're going to see some great action. You're going to hear some great music. We have a lot of cameras. We have a lot of microphones in place ready to bring you this superb coverage of the 1990 Mummers Parade and the string bands. But really, this is a coveted area to sit in to watch the parade in person. And as you can see, there's not an empty seat here at 15th and Market. You know, just as a crowd is important at a football game or any sporting event, a crowd is important here at the string band performances. That feeds the string bands. They hear that and they respond.
And, you know, we respond too. Just as I heard the swell of the crowd, I got goosebumps. It really is very thrilling to be here. Now, you are going to be hearing the Greater Overbrook String Band. That's #1. Again, kind of a tough position for the string bands to be the first one that the judges hear. But they're going to give it their best shot. The theme this year is Dial 911.
Their captain is Jim Dryden. Jim's been a member of Greater Overbrook for 39 years. He's making a return appearance as the captain after being away for 2 years. Now, a call to 911 brings out the most bizarre help seen on Broad Street. Keystone cops, fire clowns, and General Clarabelle Patton, who takes full control of the situation.
They do love this jail theme. We saw it earlier in the comics. We saw a little bit of it in the fancy division, and here with the very first string band on the street, we see it once again.
Now, the music director is Charles McWilliams, the drill director and choreographer Nick Sweet and Doug Callback.
And as Ray said earlier, you are going to hear the William Tell Overture, a little bit of classical music. 3 or 4 of the string bands will be using that same idea. And it's interesting, Ray, as I was prepping for this, I was looking to see what kind of music is actually going to be on the street, and Oh Dem Golden Slippers is not one of them.
Here they come, the Greater Overbrook String Band.
The Greater Overbrook String Band, the first string band of the 1990 Mummers Parade.
What a way to open this terrific parade with a great performance by Greater Overbrook.
The theme was Dial 911, and off they go. Very colorful costumes. Oh, a wonderful performance to get us all started, and the crowd certainly enjoyed every moment of that.
Now, as we mentioned, the defending champion, Quaker City String Band, is next in line. What we'd like to do now is to show you why they won that title last year, why they deserve to be in first place last year. So if we're ready, let's take a look at the first place performance by the Quaker City String Band in the 1989 Mummers Parade.
That was the Quaker City String Band, the defending champions from last year. What you are looking at now is the band as it is lined up, ready to roll for 1990. The theme this year is a night to remember. The captain is Bob Shannon Jr. He is 6 feet 10 inches tall. He is a real standout and quite the showman. He is a real performer. Their costumes this year are in red and white. You're going to see quite a spectacle. These fellas are really lovely. Ray and I both have worked with them over the last year and really do enjoy our association with them. They do a super job.
Like all of the string bands, they care very much about this craft of mummery, and I think you're going to see it as the Quaker City String Band heads into the judging area.
The noblemen and the knights in armor filling Broad Street. Here they are, the Quaker City String Band.
can you not fall in love with this parade? How can you keep from standing still? And how can you not appreciate the incredible talent that goes into something like what we just saw? Ladies and gentlemen, the Quaker City String Band.
I don't know what else we can say about it, Ray. Bob Shannon Jr., the captain, just a stunning performance as leader of this wonderful,
and
wonderful
quickly,
group.
let me just add that a makeup job on Charlie Rose as Merlin the Magician that Hollywood would be proud of.
We'll be back with more after this.
In 1780, the first black church in America was founded by the Reverend Richard Allen. It's the Mother Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church. It's the site of the oldest continuously owned property by blacks in America. And did you know it's right here in Philadelphia?
This Pride of Philadelphia moment was brought to you by KYW-TV.
Sitting down on the job again, huh?
I'm test sitting the new 1990 Sonata from Hyundai. Get a load of all this room. Make a great family room.
Whatever happened to test driving?
Did that too. Sonata's 2.4-liter engines are real kick. Now, you play Answer Man. What would you guess this much car goes for?
I'd guess 12 to 14,000 easy.
Huh?
But I know it's only $99.99. I own one.
He's smarter than he looks.
Test drive the new Sonata at your Hyundai dealer today, where you get more car than you paid for.
McDonald's Getaway Giveaway is underway. And maybe you've already won America's favorite vacation combination, Premier's Cruise and Disney Week. Air travel provided by Midway Airlines. Come in and redeem this week's money-saving coupons on your favorite McDonald's food. Then match your word to ours.
This week's winning word is Philadelphia.
I won!
McDonald's Getaway Giveaway. It's tons of fun, so don't miss the boat. Cruise into McDonald's today, and maybe you'll sail away on McDonald's Getaway Giveaway.
The Crane String Band lined up and ready to perform with their theme this year, Jewelry Box Rocks.
Ukrainian String Band, the theme jewelry box rocks the captain, Ray Wisniewski. A wonderful performance. Last year they finished 22nd, Ray, and this year I would suspect that they're going to do much better than that. They have professional costumers.
I'd put some money on it. They look terrific out there, and we really hand it to Captain Ray Wisniewski. They look great out there.
They sure do, and we are going to be back with Ferko right after this.
MasterCard. At any given moment, wherever you happen to be, you can count on MasterCard. Because with nearly 3 times the acceptance of American Express and 5 times the number of places to get cash, one thing is certain. No other card helps you master more moments than MasterCard. Wherever the moment may find you, MasterCard. Master the moment.
Stroman, light and natural breads and rolls.
Get into the wrong car, and you could end up taking a bath. Throw in a couple of toys, and you could really get soaked. That's why it pays to look at Chevy Lumina with more power and more 6-passenger room than Taurus. During our grand finale, get up to $1,000 cash back or 4.8% financing for 48 months on Chevy Lumina. Anything else would be like money down the drain. See Lumina at your 5-star Chevy Geo dealers.
This is Channel 3, KYW-TV, Philadelphia.
The Ferko String Band is on the line, ready to perform for the judges. The theme this year is Baja Banditos, the Captain Bill Spezial. Usually this band is very traditional in its performances, only this year the tables are going to be turned, and it's going to be more boisterous and lighthearted, and it's going to take us south of the border.
Well, this is one of the top 5 bands from last year. Ferko placing 4th last year, as Pat mentioned, with a kind of a traditional performance called At the Strutter's Ball. So they're hoping to improve on their 4th place performance from last year.
Captain Bill Spezial is celebrating his 10th year as Ferko's captain. Congratulations to him.
He's an awfully nice man. I like Bill a lot.
You're going to see caballero suits topped with a colorful sombrero and a mariachi band. They finished first place 16 times. Last time was in 1982.
Marching for the 67th time this year. What a great performance. I'm ready for some Spanish rice and some tamale and a taco. What a great performance. Congratulations to Bill and Lorraine Spezial, who choreographed that piece. The dancing was spectacular.
It certainly was. Wonderful embroidered costumes, great spirit. I guess this is a really fabulous band. Last year they finished 4th, and I guess they're going to try to work their way up to number 1. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Robert Urich does not live in the Delaware Valley. What does he know about what we really want to listen to?
When I'm listening to magic, I can be in a bad mood, and the next minute I'm in a good mood. Or if I'm in a good mood, the next minute I'm in a better mood.
If you have a slow radio station on all day, you'll be asleep before the day's out.
And some of the other stations may tend to be boring. I don't find magic ever boring.
It's Magic 103, WMGK.
Absolutely.
I know what you like, you can't fake it.
Tyson breast patties.
I know the play before you make it.
And microwave sandwiches, bun and all.
We're just family, you and me. Tyson, feeding you is good as good can be.
For your family, we make our patties from only the finest Tyson chicken breast.
Tyson's feeding you like family. Tyson's feeding you.
The 1990 Mummers Parade is sponsored in part by your local Hyundai dealers. We sell cars that make sense. By the good time, great taste of McDonald's. By Choice Seating. We have the selection. You make the choice. By the Pepsi-Cola bottlers of the Delaware Valley. 1990 is the right time for the right one. Diet Pepsi. And by GMC Trucks. It's not just a truck anymore. The South Philadelphia String Band ready to perform their 1990 theme Peace Pipe Powwow, led by Captain Bill Baronato.
Bill is making his debut as South Philly's captain. He's been marching, though, for the past 16 years. He's a dental technician.
Now, they actually went to an authentic Indian reservation to get some clues on costuming this year, so this ought to be authentic. Here they are, the South Philadelphia String Band.
fundraising performance by the South Philadelphia String Band.
Well, I have no reservations about it. They were wonderful.
Pow, Ray. Pow, wow, Ray. Peace Pipe Powwow was the theme. Bill Baronato, the captain. Wonderful job.
Terrific costuming. What feathers. The colors were just magnificent. And Captain Bill Baronato, you ought to be very proud of your group.
Ventnor City String Band is next after we pause for these messages.
Finding the right financial services can be tough. That's why at Meridian, we're dedicated to making those decisions a bit easier. We're more than just a bank. We're thousands of professionals committed to serving all of your financial needs. Part of that commitment is our new operations center. From Delaware to Harrisburg to our new regional headquarters in Philadelphia. Rest assured, we're here to help you make the right financial decisions in the decade to come. We're Meridian.
Announcing the biggest sale ever from Ford. Now, Ford gives you a $1,000 cash bonus on the #1 selling cars and trucks in America. A $1,000 cash bonus from Ford on Taurus, Thunderbird, Probe, Tempo, Mustang, and Festiva. A $1,000 cash bonus on the best-selling Ford Escort and Ford Ranger, plus Bronco and Aerostar. Or choose 4.8% financing for 48 months on Taurus and Aerostar. It's the biggest sale ever from Ford, with a $1,000 cash bonus on many of America's best-selling cars and trucks. See your Ford dealer today.
There's something I've been wanting to say.
Oh, Hallmark. Oh, Daddy, I'm already emotional enough. When you left home, we gave a lot of thought to what we'd do with the room you spent so many years in. We decided to just keep it a bathroom.
Shoebox greetings. If you go for cards like these, you gotta go to Hallmark.
Hallmark has a way.
I just love weddings.
The sun is setting on this Saturday evening, and we are watching the string bands of the 1990 Mummers Parade. The Ventnor City String Band is before us. The theme, Midnight at the Oasis. Bob McLaughlin is its captain.
Some great colors and some great music in store for us as Ventnor City gets ready to perform. Ventnor City String Band, Midnight at the Oasis, led by Captain Bob McLaughlin. Congratulations to Ventnor City. We do have some results from the Comic Clubs.
We do, and for the 5th year in a row, the Murray Comic Club, no relation to my partner here, the Murray Comic Club is number 1. Liberty, number 2. Hammond came in 3rd. That's an improvement over last year when it was tied for 4th. Purell, Landy, and Good Timers, the way the comics finished in the club results. We'll have the captain results a little bit later.
Congratulations to Murray. We'll be back with Greater Kensington in just a minute.
It's winter again. But why hibernate when you can celebrate? Oop. Just call this number and get a free Pennsylvania winter guide to sports, arts and crafts, nightlife, and fun. Just call, did it again, 1-800-VISIT-PA. Operators are standing by.
Pennsylvania, America starts here.
Don't hibernate. Celebrate.
This is the time of year when people resolve to stop smoking or get in shape. Maybe to take a physical exam they've been putting off.
Hello, this is Prologue. May I help you find a doctor?
Prologue, America's most complete source of information on doctors, can help you find a doctor to help you stop smoking or start a diet or find doctors in family practice so you won't ever again go years without a physical. Dial 2 Health. Make this the year you actually keep some New Year's resolutions.
Fight on your hands. Choose your weapon carefully.
Well, they don't get more spectacular looking than the Greater Kensington String Band, lined up and ready to do their 1990 theme, Peeking in on China.
Captain Joe Lippincott is back. Actually, Joe's back is back after missing last year because of back surgery. He's now fully recovered, and he is looking for number 1. The Greater Kensington String Band.
Oh my, oh my. Now you know why the Greater Kensington String Band is a consistent winner in this parade, always placing very highly. What a terrific performance, peaking in on China.
Fabulous costumes, aren't they, Ray?
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And congratulations to Joe Lippincott. They look great out there. We have some results now. As the Greater Kensington String Band marches off, we have some results in the Comic Captains.
In the Comic Captains, Murray, #1, Henny Schultz, Purell, Charles Smith, Jack Cassidy from Landy came in 3rd, Tex Terrico from Liberty came in 4th, Jay Costello from Hammond came in 5th, and Bill Wooten from Good Timers was actually disqualified. The reasons why we don't know just at this point, but I'm sure we'll be finding out later on. Murray, Purell, Landy, Liberty, Hammond. And we will have the Avalon String Band.
Can't wait.
When we return.
Hold me, warm me, won't you comfort me? Hug me, it makes me feel so good.
Life is full of good reasons to give someone a warm hug.
A warm hug from Campbell's. Good.
You're gonna love January savings from Strawbridge and Clothier. Save 20 to 50% on warm coats and jackets at our January coat clearance. Save on Macintosh, J.G. Hook, Evan Pacone, and more. Long and short wools, rainwear, cozy down. Save on a terrific selection of leather and suede and faux furs, too. Come in now for 20 to 50% savings at our January coat clearance.
Strawbridge and Clothier. Oh, what a difference.
All right, Uncle Lou, don't worry about a thing. Hold up the can, look in the camera, and tell everybody why you love the new Diet Pepsi. Action. I like this soda fine. It's a friend of mine. What? Wait, I'm sliding. They made it new, so this is new. Boy, what's it cost to paint something like this? I love the bubbles in the Diet Pepsi. It's hard to compare this with a Diet Coke. This one's better than that. Do you like pickled herring? Can I go because my nephew is picking me up because he's got to take me to the bakery. And if I don't pick up that coffee ring...
Heaven help us, Ray. That's the name of the theme of the Avalon String Band that is poised on the judging line, ready for the handkerchief to be dropped for their performance. Mike Vaughn is the captain. He's 23 years old in his 4th year as Avalon's captain.
A young captain. We're going to see a monastery come to life. A day at the monastery begins. Here they are, the Avalon String Band.
Oh, that was delightful.
Amen. Maybe that was so good because they've been practicing religiously.
Oh, Ray.
They were terrific. Congratulations to the Avalon String Band.
They sure did a fabulous job. They were 6th place last year, and I know that they're hoping to move on up the line.
You know, for
Mike
as
Bond did a great job.
Good as they are, it's surprising they've never had a first-place win. Maybe this is the year. We'll be back in just a minute with Freilinger.
If you have a problem with alcohol and drugs, you can choose denial or take charge of your life and choose recovery. Here at Eagleville Hospital, I learned to feel good about myself while being straight and sober. My family, my job, and my health were no longer threatened. These are the experts in addiction treatment. For over 20 years, they've been helping people. They can help you, too. So choose Eagleville or somewhere else. But don't waste your life never feeling good about yourself. Call today.
I put off telling him as long as I could.
We had just gotten married.
That I'd lost my wedding band.
We looked everywhere.
It was gone. I'd never felt so terrible in my life.
But since I bought it with my Citibank Visa, I got it replaced. Free.
At Citibank, almost everything you buy with our card is insured at no extra cost. I was so
I never
relieved.
thought the credit card you used could be that important.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
Here's a simple fact. GMC truck dealers are ranked #1 in compact truck sales satisfaction. #1. Now, here it is in simple English. Compact truck customers get high-quality treatment at GMC truck dealerships. So, the choice is simple. Go to your GMC truck dealer, where you're #1, and quality counts.
GMC truck. It's not just a truck anymore.
GMC truck.
One of the very best string bands ready to perform, the Freilinger String Band. Their theme this year, Wired for Sound. They're led by Bill Bowen Jr.
Quite the showman, Bill Bowen. They came in 2nd place last year for their stage fright presentation.
Now, we're going to be as surprised at this performance as you are. We don't know a lot about it. They've been keeping it under wraps, so to speak. So we'll look forward to a great one, as always, from the Freilinger String Band.
performance by the Fringer String Band.
I'll tell you, this job is too fun. I gotta tell you. Those are the kinds of suits, by the way, that someday will end up in the Mummers Museum.
Yes.
Don't you think?
They're just fabulous.
I can see them in
the colors, the style, the creativity is fabulous. Bill Bowen is quite the showman. They were #2 last year. You know that they're going to try to give it their best shot to unseat Quaker City. We will have the Greater Buck String Band in a moment.
MasterCard. At any given moment, wherever you happen to be, you can count on MasterCard. Because with nearly 3 times the acceptance of American Express and 5 times the number of places to get cash, one thing is certain. No other card helps you master more moments than MasterCard. Wherever the moment may find you, MasterCard. Master the moment.
Wow! Check this place out. Love the room, TV, fridge, shower, all for Mom and me. And the people, they really know how to take care of you. Yeah, this is what I call living.
The new Family Birth Center at Methodist Hospital. Spend your entire stay in one big, comfy, private room that's almost like home.
Maybe even better.
Call Methodist at Broad Street, BROADST.
McDonald's Getaway Giveaway is underway. And maybe you've already won America's favorite vacation combination. Premier's Cruise and Disney Week. Air travel provided by Midway Airlines. Come in and redeem this week's money-saving coupons on your favorite McDonald's food. Then match your word to ours.
This week's winning word is Philadelphia.
I won! McDonald's Getaway Giveaway. It's tons of fun, so don't miss the boat. Cruise into McDonald's today, and maybe you'll sail away on McDonald's Getaway Giveaway.
The Greater Bucks String Band, the Greater Bucks County String Band, make that name official, is standing in line, ready to do their thing for the judges. The ayes have it. This should be a bit of an unusual performance. They're going to pay tribute to all the ayes.
Well, they're spectacular looking. You know, this is the band that every Christmas Eve used to perform at Fort Dix. They gave up their Christmas Eve to perform. When Dix closed, they didn't stop the tradition. Last year, they performed at the Walson Army Hospital?
Yes. And Stephen Molzett is the captain. He is marching in his 3rd year as captain. He lives in the Frankfurt section of Philadelphia. He works for SEPTA, and his wife and all of his in-laws are in the band.
Good for them.
The Greater Bucks County String Band.
I guess you'd call these outfits mummerized tuxedos.
They do look like, that's a good description, Ray. Now don't blink or you'll miss that the ayes have it.
They're marching for the 38th time this year. This is the time of the day when, as it gets darker, the lights that are set up here to capture the string bands just begin to make them look fantastic. They glitter, they sparkle, they shine, and somehow the music sounds better when they look like this. It's just terrific.
It is indeed. Last year, Greater Bucks finished in 23rd place. They had a bit of a tough time on the street last year, but they certainly are decked to the nines.
Hard to believe when you look at them right now that they finished in 23rd place because judging from their appearance this year, they look great.
Yeah, you would never know that.
There you can see a shot of some of the crowd lining both sides of 15th Street here, waiting for the Greater Bucks County String Band to perform. Not an empty seat in the house. And believe me, we get the pleasure of being in this warm little booth here. I'm not sure what the temperature is outside, but I'll bet you they aren't feeling it.
I bet they aren't either. I think just the excitement and the adrenaline from watching such great performances will keep them warm. 22 string bands are performing. That's 2 less than last year. It's a bit of a transition year for some of the string bands, with a couple of them needing to drop out. It is an expensive proposition. It takes a lot of time and energy and money in order to be able to put a good performance on the street. And sometimes
really
the
does.
pressure's just a little bit too much.
And I think, and we'll talk a little bit about it more when the next string band comes up, because they are one of the bands that merged together. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of an effect that has on the string band's ability to perform and to pull their act together. But I think right now they're getting ready to go. This band has gotten the whistle, the arm is up in the air, and here comes the Greater Bucks County String Band. Our stage manager, Lou Cesarone, just made a very good observation. He says, aren't the smiles great? And you know, when a captain and when the members of a string band smile, it can make all the difference in the world. It carries over into their music and to their entire performance.
And the energy, I think, really makes a difference ultimately in winning over the judges, which is the most important thing.
You're absolutely right. We'll be back in just a minute with the Palmyra South Jersey String Band.
Philadelphians Americans love soft pretzels. Each of us eat more than 9 pounds a year. That's more than 71 million pretzels annually. But did you know that the first soft pretzel factory is right here in Philadelphia? It's the Federal Pretzel Company, and it's been on the rise since 1922. I'm Jerry Penacoli.
This Pride of Philadelphia moment was brought to you by KYW-TV.
A lot of places promise you reliable brake repairs, but nobody beats Midas. Mrs. Purvis took no chances. She came to Midas for the same reason a million others did. Because Midas guarantees you brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car. And the people who work on your brakes are trained brake experts, not amateurs. Don't take chances with your brakes. Come to Midas. Because nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Behind every American Express card is a tradition of world service. Freedom to spend with no preset limits. Automatic protection for everything you buy. Access to cash when you're far from home. American Express is always there to provide our best personal service to every card member, around the corner or around the world. Membership has its privileges.
There you get an idea of what this area around City Hall looks like as we are prepared to welcome what I guess you could say is something of a history-making event for the Mummers Parade this year. The first performance by a new group called the Palmyra South Jersey String Band, an actual merger between two groups. Guess which ones? The Palmyra String Band and the South Jersey String Band.
And again, because of the expense and the energy that it takes to be able to put a good performance on the street, to be able to take the best of two organizations probably is a great idea. It gives them a little broader base in order to be able to build.
I think that's really a good observation. The theme this year for the Palmyra South Jersey String Band is Palmyra South Jersey Goes to the Dogs. I love the title.
You could look for the Scotties and the Setters and the Boxers and the Poodles and the Hound Dogs.
Rich Rauer is the captain of this group. He's making his debut as captain today.
His dad used to march with Freilinger. Rich lives in Stratford, New Jersey. The musical director is Brian Saunders.
I wonder what they're thinking right now. They must be a little nervous, but here they come, the Palmyra South Jersey String Band.
From Snoopy to the Hound Dogs, they are here performing the Palmyra South Jersey String Band, their first year on the street as a joint band. And Ray, I think that they really pulled together their strengths and really showed it here tonight.
I couldn't agree more. If this performance was any indication of what the future holds for the Palmyra South Jersey String Band, well, the future holds miracles. We'll be back in just a minute with the Aqua String Band.
Winter celebration from Mitsubishi. You can save on award-winning Galant Mirage. Up to $1,500 off. But act now. Time is running out.
You could save up to $1,500 at your 3-state Mitsubishi Motors dealer today.
Dick Vermeil talks about Kiss 100.
I think it's interesting that Kiss 100 is the only radio station that plays 40 minutes of music without a break. Now that tells me something. They want us to enjoy the music we like without interruptions. I think it's a great idea. And it's why I listen to Kiss 100. So you try it. You'll hear 40 minutes of great music without a break on Kiss 100. After all, doesn't everybody deserve a little kiss?
The question is, how do you get the sofa you want in the style and fabric you want and get it in 35 days? The answer, Choice Seating Gallery. And save now during our clearance sale. First, make your choice from over 400 styles and choose from over 1,000 fabrics. Then put the fabric of your choice on the style of your choice and get it as a sofa and love seat, or a sleeper and chair, or even a sectional and get delivery in just 35 days. Save 25 to 50% during Choice Seating's clearance sale.
This is Channel 3, KYW-TV, Philadelphia.
Welcome back to our live coverage here at Channel 3 of the String Band competition for the 1990 Mummers Parade. You are seeing Aqua String Band move into position. Their theme this year is Ghost Riders. Al Primavera Jr. is the captain. This is expected to be a very emotional and gutsy theme.
Well, after 9 years as Captain Al has announced his retirement, so he ought to be putting some real effort and emotion into this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Aqua String Band pulls off here.
They expect to recreate the legend of the Ghost Riders. The real emotional theme came last year when they recreated the Vietnam Memorial right before our eyes. They called that We Remember. They finished 10th place last year. Some really fine musicians in this group. This is their 69th parade. And they have had first place twice. The last time, though, was 30 years ago in 1960. We'll see what they do today.
You know, I remember the Aqua String Band from the Show of Shows last year. Their music plays very well in the Civic Center. It's a real resounding kind of music. And that performance last year when I was at the Show of Shows was so well received. And again, it was that real emotional piece about the Vietnam War. It was called We Remember, as you mentioned just a minute ago. And at the Show of Shows, it was just so powerful and so emotional.
Here we have the Aqua String Band.
You want to talk precision, you want to talk excellence, do you want to talk great music? Well, let's talk about the Aqua String Band. What a great performance that was.
Wonderful costumes this year, very colorful, great sequins, and especially, Ray, as you had mentioned before, under the lights, especially with the darkness setting in here at 15th and Market.
Oh my gosh.
You really see the spectacle that is the string bands of Philadelphia.
It's really unbelievable. You want to share this kind of stuff with the world. You want to say, look at what we have in this city.
Something to be proud of, isn't it?
Oh.
Especially when you see this caliber of performance. It is really wonderful.
Is Philadelphia pride, and look at that shot. What a great moment. What a fantastic moment here in the 1990 Mummers Parade, and they get a resounding thank you from this crowd here at City Hall.
The Harrogate String Band is next when we return.
The temperature's freezing, but you'll stay nice and warm with the hottest prices in town during the $3.5 million Thermalware Spectacular at Value City, featuring men's Famous Maker thermal tops and bottoms, not $6, only $2.99 each. Ladies' Famous Maker thermal tops and bottoms, not $20 to $33, only $4.99 each. And a great selection of Famous Maker thermalware for boys and girls, not $4 to $6, only $1.99 and $2.99. Don't miss the $3.5 million Thermalware Spectacular at all Value City department stores.
It's good. It's real good.
It's home cooking soup.
It's not hot enough.
No? Well, better let me check. Gee, I'd say perfect. Charlie, what do you say?
Celery and carrots are mighty good.
Well, Stan, how about you?
Chicken's delicious. Noodles, too.
Golly, Fred, looks like you got nothing to complain about.
Gee, guys, thanks for nothing. Don't mention it.
Our pleasure.
The name is Home Cookin', and so is the taste. From Campbell's.
Take a new look.
Acme's having a great half-price sale.
Take a new look.
Check the Acme ads for all the half-price coupons being offered on a long list of popular items. Your check to save 50%. Also, all Osco vitamins are half-price this week. Buy your supply now.
Oh, take a new look. It's a real surprise. Take a new look and believe your eyes. Take a new look at an old friend, Acme.
Welcome back to the String Band competition of the 1990 Mummers Parade. You are watching the Harrogate String Band move into position. Now you're looking at me and Ray.
Well, you know, we're a little more than halfway through the string bands now, and already I am hoping it would never end.
Well,
don't you start thinking that?
You do. You really love to see the really fine musical performances. And we certainly have gotten them this evening, and we have many more still to come.
There they are, the Harrogate String Band lined up and ready to go. Their theme this year, Revival in the Bayou.
It's inspired by Walt Disney's Fantasia. This presentation is hoping to create the spirit of the South. Jerry DiPaolo is making his debut as captain today. So you can take special attention, special note of him as he leads the band right up front. He's been with Harrogate now for 10 years. He lives in Bensalem, and his dad and his brother are marching with him today. So that must be, his father must be very proud to see this.
And we have mentioned it so many times throughout the parade, but it really is of utmost importance, that sense of tradition and family that permeates this parade, and especially the string bands. But I hear the warning whistle as the Harrogate String Band gets ready to perform. The 40th time they have been in this parade, so they are carrying on a great tradition within their own organization.
Last year they finished in about the middle of the pack, 12th. And as always, because the prize money is so significant with the bands, they always work very hard each year to be able to put on an even better performance so that they can take home a bigger piece of the prize pie.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this Mummers Day, the Harrogate String Band.
my, was a bullfrog. The Harrogate String Band as they march off. Ray, just lots of energy in their performance. And musically, they really did a wonderful job.
Isn't that? Oh, I love the, I love those suits there. Those are fantastic. Little frogs.
I do too. I think they're wonderful.
Those are fantastic.
They're very creative this year. Jerry DiPaolo, his first year as
Jerry.
captain. Good
He is
luck to
psyched
you.
up. He is waving to the crowd and acknowledging them as they head out of the judging area. And our congratulations to them. What great energy. I'm having such a good time.
And in the wings, more good times ahead. The Derning String Band.
A lot of places promise you reliable brake repairs, but nobody beats Midas. Mrs. Purvis took no chances. She came to Midas for the same reason a million others did. Because Midas guarantees your brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car. And the people who work on your brakes are trained brake experts, not amateurs. Don't take chances with your brakes. Come to Midas. Because nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Let's talk savings.
The year-end savings at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Let's talk deals.
The great deals you'll find on all Ford trucks. The Fun Tough Ford Ranger, the Go Anywhere Bronco 2, and the big Ford F-150.
Let's talk leadership.
Ford leadership with America's best-selling truck line.
Let's talk now.
But time is running out. So if you want to take advantage of these great deals,
let's talk fast.
Hurry into your Quality Plus Ford dealer before January 9th for closeout savings.
Stroman, light and natural breads and rolls.
This is really breathtaking. I don't know whether it's the darkness and the spotlights or whether it really is these costumes, but the wonderful plumage of the Derning String Band as they prepare to do Rio a Sizzler is really breathtaking as they came around the corner.
It really, really is. Jack He Jr. is the captain. Let me say that slowly. It's Jack He Jr., H-E-E. It's his 10th year as Derning's captain, although he hasn't served consecutively in those years. Now, here's a guy who really believes in and lives mummery. He is the vice president of the String Band Association, so he's very involved on a day-to-day basis, making sure that this comes off every single year, bigger and better than ever.
Derning is going to present 3 different looks at Rio. Rio Hot, Rio Tropical, and Rio Carnival. Their music is a little bit complicated. It's a very challenging performance for them. This is a tough theme to communicate to the crowd. However, they seem to be making the right moves here as they prepare to present Rio a Sizzler.
Even their setup looks a little complicated as they get ready to go. They're making sure that everything is perfectly in place before they head up into the judging area. So it might be a performance to watch, both in terms of logistics and choreography and in terms of music as well.
You're even going to see the perimeter band in gold lame with yards of white and gold nylon. Inside the band is the silver lame, so you can take particular note of that as you get a little closer to your television screen to be able to see the Derning String Band.
heat wave on Broad Street. The Derning String Band and Rio a Sizzler. And what a colorful performance, and a very difficult one musically, but I think well executed by Jack He Jr., the captain of the Derning String Band. Congratulations.
Ray, we have seen some stunning performances on the street today, and it seems to me overall it's even better than it was last year.
Let me add my amen to that, Pat, because I think overall the String Band Association should be congratulated. What a great evening for all of us in the Delaware Valley. Thank you to all of the string bands.
One of the oldest string bands on the street is coming up next. It is Trilby, and it should be a delight. We will have that and more as we continue with our live coverage of the 1990 Mummers Parade.
Read any good books lately? They used to say this one had a lot of characters, but not much plot. No more. This is the Great American Guidebook, The Matchmaker, the Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. Want to read a classic? Take it in your hands and open it. When you see all the new goodies in here, you'll be surprised. So get it off the top of the refrigerator and do a little light reading. The genuine Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
In our country, you'll find a very unique daily exercise program. The reverse double ankle cross, the sun worshiper rub down, the poolside wrister, the putter toe tap, and the patio page turn. Guaranteed to shape you up for the Freeport nights.
It's better in our country. It's better in the Bahamas.
It was Thursday. Coming home from the theater, it started.
At Meineke, we can't always tell what's wrong with a car by the sound of the customer, but we can tell a lot from our free undercar inspection. We check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. Then you'll know the price before any work begins.
It's so annoying.
So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
A shot down 15th Street here as we widen out to see one of the most spectacular looking bands of the evening, the Trilby String Band. Buckle your seatbelts, everybody. I think we're in for a great performance.
We're going to have a little jungle jive here. The captain is Phil Pesky. Now, Phil is a very special fellow to all of us who have been involved with mummering and the string bands over the years. Phil is hospitalized right at the moment, and we're sorry about that. He was supposed to be on the street today. But Phil, here are your boys. Enjoy them. The Trilby String Band with Jungle Jive, a stunning performance in honor of their leader, Phil Pesky, who is not able to be with them on the street today, but we know that he is so proud right now as he is sitting watching his people go through their paces.
Oh, he must be so proud. He hasn't missed a parade in 62 years. So I know that as he watches this parade tonight, he is filled with pride at one of the original string bands. 92 times they have come up the street.
And still ahead, we have Polish American in a moment.
The missus says the test of a great tasting fish steak is to take a plate of them into a room full of kids and then see how fast it disappears. I say if they disappeared any faster, we'd have to call them flying fish steaks.
No one can make fish steaks taste like Mrs. Paul's because no one else can use her special recipe.
If it's not Mrs. Paul's, throw it back. I think we're looking at a new record here.
Sometimes you can tell by the way it looks. Sometimes you can tell by the way it feels. Sometimes it comes to you in broad daylight. Sometimes you find it in the middle of the night. But you know when you got the right one. This is the right one. You know when you got the right.
The Honda Civic four-door sedan. It comes with a roomy interior, large, comfortable seats, four-wheel double wishbone suspension, and an advanced 16-valve fuel-injected engine. Unfortunately, some colors are not yet available.
The crowds are cheering for the Polish American String Band. They're also waving.
Look at them. They're so excited. This crowd has good reason to be, though, as you mentioned, the Polish American String Band.
The theme this year is Are You From Dixie? Stan Magenta Jr. is the captain. Big day for Stan as he makes his debut as Polish American's captain, replacing the longtime captain, Ray Danielewicz. Ray is still very active with the band, but he's just not captain.
I'll bet he has a few butterflies this evening as he gets ready to go into the judging area. I would love to be able to ask him right now, but I'm not about to. I'm not going out there and disturbing him right now.
I think he'd probably shoo you away, Ray. They have this band finished 5th place last year. We are in store for a really fine performance this evening. The costumes very colorful with a bit of a Confederate theme, as you can see on their back pieces. Red, white, and blue.
I think we're going to see some Southern gentlemen capture the style of the South with Dixie minstrels and the Confederate Army. And somewhere in here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a showboat. But they don't get much more colorful than the Polish American String Band. open up well and end well, and they did both. Look at that spectacular finish, a great Confederate flag flying over the entire band, and now you know why the Polish American String Band has been out of the top 10 only twice in 54 years of strutting.
Stunning choreography. They did a wonderful job. And Raina, you and I were discussing just as they first started, those first few moments are so critical, especially from the judge's point of view.
Absolutely.
And
so congratulations, Stan.
Yeah, and Stan Magenta for his debut.
Who's next? The Uptown String Band is next when our live coverage of the 1990 Mummers Parade continues. Don't go away.
It's the pride in this great country that makes us the best we can be. And there's country pride in everyone all over the land that reflects in you and me. It's the flavor and the freshness that folks know far and wide. Great tasty chicken is America's country pride.
Nationwide sells mattresses better than big department stores because Nationwide delivers on weekends within 24 hours and removes your old bedding free of charge. Big department stores don't. And who do you think sells mattresses cheaper? Nationwide, your discount mattress store. Nationwide is having a fantastic mattress clearance. Buy any Sealy, Serta, or Simmons mattress at the regular price and get the box spring and frame free. Now, who do you think sells mattresses cheaper? Nationwide, your discount mattress store.
When you were little, security was as close as your teddy bear. Now that you have a family to protect, it's as close as your local True Value hardware store. Safeguard drawers, cabinets, and valuables with the Snap It Alert alarm. It's just $8.59. Then be prepared for fire with the Black & Decker Slimline Smoke Alarm for just $10.44 and this First Alert disposable kitchen fire extinguisher. It's only $7.99 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
We started the string band performances this evening with a prison theme, and that theme continues with the Uptown String Band and their theme, Behind Musical Bars. The Keystone Cops are going to try to get their men when the prisoners break out from behind some musical bars.
The captain is Tish Bordone. His real name is Anthony, but nobody knows him like that. Also, my good pal Joe Trinacri is in this, too. The Uptown String Band. The Uptown String Band. Behind musical bars, Tish Bordoni is the captain. This is Tish's last year on the street. He says he was just coming out of retirement one more time to make that last walk up Broad Street as a member of the Uptown String Band.
Well, I think he should be proud of the way he's going off.
He sure should.
His band turned in a nice performance this evening on Broad Street. A terrific performance from the Uptown String Band and their theme Behind Musical Bars.
And there they go. Now we have some results in for all of you for the fancy division. Golden Sunrise as a club took the #1 position. Oregon 2, Hog Island came in 3rd, and the Klein Fancy Club came in 4th. The fancy results.
We'll be back in just a minute with the Ukrainian American String Band as the action continues here on this New Year's Day in Philadelphia.
The Camera Shop Incorporated presents Holiday Memories. To preserve forever those special moments of your holiday season. Rely on picture-perfect color prints from the Camera Shop. And between now and January 31st, get an extra set of prints for just $2. You never know when you might need them.
For the quality photos your memories deserve, come to the Camera Shop Incorporated, where the focus is on you.
Sitting down on the job again, huh?
I'm test sitting the new 1990 Sonata from Hyundai. Get a load of all this room. Make a great family room.
Whatever happened to test driving?
Did that, too. Sonata's 2.4-liter engines are real kick. Now, you play Answer Man. What would you guess this much car goes for?
I'd guess 12 to 14,000 easy.
Huh?
But I know it's only $99.99. I own one.
He's smarter than he looks.
Test drive the new Sonata at your Hyundai dealer today, where you get more car than you paid for.
I had a great day. How about you?
Arithmetic.
That bad, huh? Hey, who's that?
My fry friend from the Happy Meal.
Your dress is kind of weird.
He's disguised so he can sneak up and take your fries.
No way.
Look, a space zombie.
What space zombie?
Fry.
Enjoy a Happy Meal with your kid at McDonald's. Now featuring one of 8 funny fry friends.
Okay, Buster. Give me back my fries.
On the Saturday evening, we are in the mood to entertain all of you. The Ukrainian String Band just ahead, they want to entertain you also. The theme of their performance this year is Let Us Entertain You. So brace yourself, Ray. We have veggies and farmers that are going to be taking center stage.
And when this performance is all done, they'll be beat. George Koresko Jr. is the captain, one of the youngest captains on the street. As you see him turning around there, he's only 22. Ladies and gentlemen, Ukrainian American String Band. us entertain you. The theme of the Ukrainian American String Band's 1990 presentation. Congratulations to all of the band members and Captain George Koresko Jr. We have some results now for the fancy captains. Again, the fancy captains, Ed Zimborski. I believe Ed Zimborski's second win in a year representing the Oregon Fancy Club, followed by Hog Island. Dr. Mark Ray is the captain. John Lucas, the captain of Golden Sunrise, takes third. And in fourth place, the Charles Klein Club and Matt Layton takes fourth place. So congratulations to all of the captains in the fancies. And we'll be right back in just a minute with the Woodland String Band. So stay with us.
You can still stand up on every corner, every mountain.
Talk about perspective.
Say anything you want, be critical of everything.
Talk about opinion.
The American flag has nothing to do with the First Amendment. It's not a symbol.
WCAU Talk Radio 1210.
Now, when the Navy Army...
Talk about getting it said.
They stand up and take credit for it.
Talk about Frank Rizzo on WCAU Talk Radio 1210.
You don't hear from any of them. They all went to Duckville.
Well, I'll tell you what, people... So, how come you look so much like trouble?
I am trouble. I work out for a living. I'm bad. You know why I look good? Because I do this half-hour workout every other day. You get aerobic, you get muscles, you get strength. This could be really hip.
Join Holiday now and beat the 1990 price increase. Call 1-800-452-7700.
Yeah, I mean, 30 minutes just isn't that much to donate to your body. Get pumping.
You're gonna love January savings at Strawbridge and Clothier. Celebrate and save at our Babyland sale. Save 25% on terry and velour stretchies from Little Me and Trim Fit. Save on sweater sets, blankets, and shawls. Save 25% on infant layette and bedding needs. And you'll love our everyday low prices from Carter's, WeWear, Sterncraft, and more. Don't miss Strawbridge and Clothier's Babyland celebration. You're gonna love it.
Strawbridge and Clothier, oh, what a difference.
They're waving to us.
I know, I love it. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone out there watching this 1990 Mummers Parade, and hello to all of you at home watching our live coverage of this terrific event, this terrific annual event known as the Mummers Parade, and one of the most spectacular parts of it, the string band presentations. And this is a moment I have been waiting for, a wonderful presentation, a theme that I have not seen in the string bands before. It's called L'Chaim, and it's by the Woodland String Band. Did I do that well?
I was just going to say, do that again. I can't do that. I have Howard Jaffe, use all of those sounds. I can't quite do those.
This is going to be a presentation of the rich, long-standing traditions of the Jewish nation from the days of Moses to Tevye of Fiddler on the Roof. I think it's a great idea. I can't wait.
Bobby Cunningham is the captain. This is his 5th year as captain. He's been involved in the string bands ever since the mid-60s. His brother and his cousin are also members of Woodland. This should be really fun. The back pieces will be authentic renditions of the Hebrew high priest from biblical times.
Now, we'll be keeping a close eye on Bobby Cunningham. He's going to have a busy 4 minutes here in front of the judges. First, he'll be Joseph in his coat of many colors. Later, he'll be Fiddler's Tevye before returning back to Joseph. So he's got quite a full agenda here for this 4 minutes while he's performing.
Last year, Woodland came in 9th. We'll see how they do today. We wonder whether you've been keeping track of some of the performances, too. We know that all of you at home have your favorites, as we do here.
They have, this particular band has never missed a parade in 63 years, and that's something to be very proud of.
It sure is. The first band organized in West Philadelphia, and today it is one of the oldest on the street.
Its musical director, Tom King, was inducted into the Mummers Hall of Fame this year, so congratulations, Tom King. A deserved honor on your part.
And the drill director and choreographer is Joe King. Choreography, a very important part now of string band presentations. It's not just the music anymore, Ray. It really is the overall presentation.
No question. A lot of them hire professional dancers. One of the string bands, I am so sorry I don't remember which one. Susie Miller, who used to choreograph the Evening Magazine Dancers, does their choreography.
I don't know which one that is.
I've reached a mental block on that one. I don't Hegman String Band.
Oh, well, Hegman's coming up at the end.
We'll watch for that. Susie Miller is a terrific and very competent choreographer. But right now we're looking at the Woodland String Band as they get ready to march into the judging area. And as you can see, a very tight, compact group they are right now. Beautiful blues, terrific white plumes, a gold back piece, just great. Stars of David that are just reflecting in the light and making a magnificent show here as the string band gets ready to perform. And they're getting already a great, rousing reception from the crowd on both sides of the street.
It's wonderful to see the crowd, so enthusiastic. They wait for these wonderful performances through the day. You know, they enjoy the fun of the comics and laugh with them, their slapstick and the spectacle of the fancies. And now, the string bands. This one, the Woodland String Band, L'Chaim. The crowd just loved that.
They did, didn't they?
Shalom in the New Year.
You know, it's
Beautiful
dangerous.
presentation.
Yeah, it really was. And it's dangerous making predictions, and we're really not supposed to. But I got to say, I think we just watched a top 10 performance. That was just terrific, wonderfully entertaining. The coat of many colors that Captain Bobby Cunningham is wearing is just beautiful as they head up and out of the judging area.
And there is Moses taking his bell, too. And the musicality of the group is also really superb. They have just done a wonderful job with bringing such energy and such life to these songs.
You're absolutely right.
Very spirited presentation of the Woodland String Band. And when we return, you are going to hear from Bromal.
Where do you go to spend a quiet moment? A moment of rare yet simple pleasures, of endless fascination and exquisite variety. Come to Sousand and discover Royals. Fine chocolates of extraordinary quality created by our master chocolatiers. Come to Sousand. You may never want to leave.
Hi, Steve, it's me. I want to talk about the party. Now, we'll need a caterer. I was thinking Rivka from Budapest. The food isn't great, but I think she's got the right look. Now, the theme is Eastern Europe. That's very big now. We'll have a cake like the wall, and everyone will chip away at it with their forks.
The extravagant tastes of the 80s are out. In fact, for the price of living it up in the 80s, you can buy an entire living room for the 90s. IKEA. It's a big country. Someone's got to furnish it.
Get into the wrong car, and you could end up taking a bath. Throw in a couple of toys, and you could really get soaked. That's why it pays to look at Chevy Lumina with more power and more six-passenger room than Taurus. During our grand finale, get up to $1,000 cash back or 4.8% financing for 48 months on Chevy Lumina. Anything else would be like money down the drain. See Lumina at your 5-star Chevy Geo dealers.
Cheers for Philadelphia's pride.
A red-nosed fan there. 2 red-nosed fans. Now, is that from the cold, or they had too many spirits on this New Year's Day, or they part of a string band?
I don't know. They could be left over from the comics from this morning. One never can tell. There's everyone waving. You know, everyone loves to be on TV. Hi, Mom.
Happy New Year, everybody. Once again, Ray Murray along with Pat Cherokee, winding down our coverage of the string bands. A lot more of the Mummers Parade ahead, though. So keep your television set tuned right here to Channel 3, because we have a lot more color and pageantry and excitement to bring you this, well, what I'll call New Year's Day in Philadelphia.
Again, we have said this before, but when the Mummers finally strut, it really does feel like the new year has finally arrived.
It really does. You know, I would quickly add that we have a lot of technicians at Channel 3 who have been working very hard, some great cameramen and soundmen who have been responsible for bringing this parade to you. So on behalf of all of us at Channel 3, our thanks to them. They've been doing a great job. Some of the guys are perched on top of City Hall precariously, bringing you some tremendous shots. So our thanks to all of them and our congratulations.
And when they set everything up, it was very bitter cold in preparation for New Year's Day, and they were in the rain and in the snow, and they really had a mess of it.
Well, there you see the Peter Bromal String Band as they round the hall and prepare to perform their theme this year, Toy Soldiers Swing.
This is a familiar theme, Toy Soldiers, and it's interesting, Ray. We haven't seen this except for right now with the string band.
You're absolutely
Remember, last year there were a few that had done a takeoff on this theme. Pete Bromal is the captain, his 6th year as Bromal's captain. This is the only band left that's a true family affair. No one but a Bromal has ever led the band up the street.
That's a real nice tradition to be able to continue, isn't it?
Yes, Pete is the grandson of the founder. And his son, PJ, is an alto horn player in the band. His dad and uncle are still on the street as well.
Now, if you take a look at those back pieces, look how brilliantly white they are. That's because there are 25 dozen white plumes on each back piece. So we're talking detail. Here they come, the Bromal String Band.
Bromal String Band, Toy Soldiers Swing, and Ray, they certainly did some swinging.
They did some swinging, and I think that those suits just were works of art. They are terrific. They're very detailed. They're very colorful. They're very bright. And look at them march off and out of the judging area.
I didn't realize that the toy soldiers have little keys on their back.
Isn't that great?
That's
little
wonderful.
wind-up toy soldiers. And you haven't seen the last of them here as they head down the street.
A wonderful performance by
I'm
the
so proud of
Bromal
them.
String
They did a
Band.
great job. And the Duffy String Band is next, so stay where you're at.
Come on, baby, let's do that twist. Take me by my little hand and go like this. Get twisted with Super Pretzel Soft Pretzels, the all-natural soft pretzel that goes from your grocer's freezer to your microwave. Warm and delicious in less than a minute. Come on, baby! Try Super Pretzel Soft Pretzels and new Soft Pretzel Bites, too. You want someone to take the time, and we hear you, we hear you. You want someone who knows you best, and we hear you, we hear you.
You want someone to make today work better than yesterday.
We're First Pennsylvania, and we hear you. You want someone to match your style, and we hear you, we hear you. You want someone to show the way, and we hear you, we hear you.
You want someone to be their best, to be better than all the rest.
We're First Pennsylvania, we're First Pennsylvania, we're First Pennsylvania, and we hear you, we hear you.
We are in for some great music, some Broadway music from the Duffy String Band. Their theme this year, Struttin' on Broadway. So you are in for some terrific musical events here.
Ted Kudrick is the marching captain. Henry Kunzig Sr., the honorary captain. This is Ted's 4th year as captain. He's been with Duffy since he was the band mascot at 18 months of age. The Duffy String Band.
You're much fun, Patricia.
We certainly are. We have a whole chorus here in the booth.
We had our own little chorus line and kicking line going. It was like Hatcheraki the Rockette here. The Duffy String Band, congratulations, a fine performance called Struttin' on Broadway. Ted Kudrick, the marching captain, Henry Kudzik Sr., the honorary captain.
And coming up, the final string band of the 1990 Mummers Parade, Hegman.
Pizza Hut has an offer on new Sausage Lovers pizza you're gonna find irresistible. A 3-sausage sizzle smothered between 2 layers of cheese. Now get one for $8.99 or a second for just $4 more. Now that's a deal with some meat to it. For a quick lunch, try a new Sausage Lovers Personal Pan Pizza, 5 minutes guaranteed.
This is the time of year when people resolve to stop smoking or get in shape. Maybe to take a physical exam they've been putting off.
Hello, this is Prologue. May I help you find a doctor?
Prologue, America's most complete source of information on doctors, can help you find a doctor to help you stop smoking or start a diet or find doctors in family practice so you won't ever again go years without a physical. Dial 2 Health. Make this the year you actually keep some New Year's resolutions.
Announcing the biggest sale ever from Ford. Now, Ford gives you a $1,000 cash bonus on the #1 selling cars and trucks in America. A $1,000 cash bonus from Ford on Taurus, Thunderbird, Probe, Tempo, Mustang, and Festiva. A $1,000 cash bonus on the best-selling Ford Escort and Ford Ranger, plus Bronco and Aerostar. Or choose 4.8% financing for 48 months on Taurus and Aerostar. It's the biggest sale ever from Ford, with a $1,000 cash bonus on many of America's best-selling cars and trucks. See your Ford dealer today.
We have had one of the most delightful afternoons watching some of the stunning performances of the 1990 Mummers Parade String Bands. Ray, you have got to admit that these are some really fabulous, have been some fabulous performances.
Overall, and we're going to end it on a good note, too, because this band is just terrific. Consistently in the top 10. Last year they finished 8th place, so it's with great anticipation that we watch the Hegman String Band lineup.
They are giving us what they call a command performance, showing off the themes and the sights and the sounds of old London town. A real showman as captain, John Pignotti Jr. This is his 5th year as Hegman's captain. He's been marching with Hegman ever since he's been 9 years old. He is a stunner, a lovely, lovely gentleman.
Well, there will be 4 different suits in this performance. The perimeter band will be dressed as the Archbishop of Canterbury, and other band members will be dressed as the Army Cavalry of Buckingham Palace, the Foot Guard of Buckingham Palace, and finally, the very traditional businessmen of London.
The captain, John Pignotti, will be the Archbishop of Canterbury, sporting St. Paul's Cathedral and Big Ben on his back. 115 pounds he is carrying.
Imagine.
John Gavin, the musical director, Perry DiMatteo, the drill director and choreographer. Again, the choreography, a very critical part of the judging. And now, the Hegman String Band. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Hegman String Band just did a stunning performance. I think that puts them into a whole different league than where they had been in the past.
You have hit it on the head, Pat. That was just a groundbreaking performance for them. What a way to end the string bands in this 1990 Mummers Parade. That is why we love this parade. That is why we have fallen in love with the string bands. And that's the kind of energy that we like to bring to you at home. That was earth-shaking.
It really was. We started out the afternoon with the Quaker City String Band, which was the #1 performance from last year. We'll see how they do this year. They were stunning as well on the straight. And to wrap it up with this, with the wonderful color and spirit of London, was just fabulous.
If this thing weren't here, I'd be standing right now.
I know, I would too.
All of the string bands deserve a round of applause. We have a lot more to come. The Fancy Brigades are coming up. Yuki Washington will be here in just a minute to give you a sports update, though.
And then we also have Beverly Williams and Steve Bell, who will be bringing you the Fancy Brigades. More choreography, more wonderful costuming and music and performances. What a way to be able to end what we really feel is New Year's Day in Philadelphia. Ray, as always,
Pat,
a pleasure.
It's been a great time, hasn't it?
It really has
been. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Into the 90s at the most incredible automotive event of the year. It's the Philadelphia International Auto Show, back for 10 exciting days. January 6th through the 15th at the Philadelphia Civic Center. Meet Max Holden of One Life to Live, MTV's Downtown Julie Brown, and Sandra of The Cosby Show. See the Ectomobile from the movie Ghostbusters and experience automotive technology at its best with over 500 vehicles on display from 40 different manufacturers. The 1990 Philadelphia International Auto Show. Don't let it pass you by.
The missus says the test of a great-tasting fish steak is to take a plate of them into a room full of kids and then see how fast it disappears. I say if they disappeared any faster, we'd have to call them flying fish steaks.
No one can make fish sticks taste like Mrs. Paul's because no one else can use her special recipe.
If it's not Mrs. Paul's, throw it back. I think we're looking at a new record here.
All right, Uncle Lou, don't worry about a thing. Hold up the can, look in the camera, and tell everybody why you love the new Diet Pepsi. Action. I like this soda fine. It's a friend of mine. What? Wait, I'm sliding. They made it new, so this is new. Boy, what's it cost to paint something like this? I love the bubbles in the Diet Pepsi. It's hard to compare this with a Diet Coke. This one's better than that. Do you like pickled herring? Can I go because my nephew is picking me up because he's got to take me to the bakery. And if I don't pick up that coffee ring...
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. We hope you're enjoying our Mummers coverage right here on Channel 3. We're going to take a little break right now and bring you up to date on what's happening in the world of sports today. Then we'll get back to the Mummers very shortly. First, in the NFL playoffs, the AFC divisional matchup was played in Cleveland. The Browns hosted the Buffalo Bills in a high-scoring affair. This one went down to the final seconds with the winner advancing to the AFC Championship. Temple coach John Chaney would start Michael Hart. The final score in that one was 34-30 in favor of the Buffalo. Well, the Buffalo Bills lost that one. The final score, Cleveland won it. They will now go to the AFC Championship and play either Denver, or, well, actually, we're gonna roll that tape now, Kev? Okay, we can roll that tape now. The Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. Bud Carson, coach of the AFC Central champion Browns. First quarter, Bills in white. Jim Kelly goes long. 72 yards to Andre Reed to make it 7-0. Kelly had 4 touchdown passes on the day. Take it to the second quarter now. Bernie Kosar at the controls out of the shotgun. He will look and find Webster Slaughter. Another big play, 52 yards this time to make it 10-7. Slaughter had 2 TDs. Bernie Kosar threw 3 total. The Bills came right back. Jim Kelly scrambling, trying to avoid trouble. Continues to scramble. He goes 33 yards to James Lofton to make it 14-10 Buffalo. Marv Levy would have a game on his hands this afternoon. Third quarter, the Browns lead 24-21. They would add to it. Eric Metcalf goes 90 yards with the kickoff return. He's gone. 31-21 Browns. They would hold off a couple of late Bills charges. 34-30 Cleveland wins. Yes, they're going to play now the winner of either Denver or Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship. We'll, of course, bring you those results later on. We'll have more highlights, of course, coming up tonight. The highlights we will also show you tonight. The NFC Divisional Playoff is being played at Candlestick Park right now. At last report, before we came down here to Center City, they were in the third quarter. The 49ers were leading the Minnesota Vikings 27-6. 49ers are running away with it right now. Highlights of that one back at the studio tonight on Nightcast. For now, it's college basketball. By the shore on the boardwalk at Atlantic City, then Temple Owls played host to the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Now we can roll that one. Temple coach John Chaney would start Michael Harden at the point today. Temple in white on defense. Mark Macon on the steal. He gets the roll, and it's tied at 15. Jim Valvano's Wolfpack was in for a close game all the way. Rodney Monroe was on a roll for NC State, 5 of 6 from three-point range. 33 points for the game, 24-23 Wolfpack. The next trip down, Temple would go up 1. They have some big people. Dwayne Caldwell on the follow, 25-24 Owls. Second half, Temple still playing big. Donald Hodge with the tip. He led the way with 20. Owls down 4 at 49-45. Mark Macon had 18. 2 coming off the glass. He didn't have to call back. 53-51 Temple. Jim Valvano was looking for a 3, and he would get it. From the left side, Brian Howard shoots the three-pointer and gets it. He had 17. State back in the lead. Final seconds of the game. Rodney Monroe on the foul line. He was 14 of 15 from the charity stripe. He made it 74-71 NC State. Temple needed a big play. So they go to their money man, Mark Macon. He needs a 3. The shot is up. It rimmed out. The scramble helps the clock run down. That's it. Temple falls to 4-5. NC State is 11-2. The final from Atlantic City, 74-71 in favor of the Wolfpack. And there's more local action coming up tonight at the Civic Center. The LaSalle Explorers will have their oxygen ready as they take on the running and roaring Lions of Loyola Marymount. Also, Villanova at Syracuse. Those highlights and the Flyers are in Chicago. A full menu of sports coming up tonight on Nightcast. For now, Steve Bell and Beverly Williams will join you very shortly. The Mummers continue here on Channel 3 with the Fancy Brigades. That and more after a timeout. Stay with us. It's the Mummers right here on Channel 3.
Here's a simple fact. The S15 Jimmy from GMC Truck is ranked highest among all other domestic vehicles in its class for customer satisfaction in product quality and dealer service. Now, here it is in simple English. S15 Jimmy owners love their S15 Jimmys, period. The choice is simple. Get an S15 Jimmy, and you'll love it because quality counts.
GMC Truck. It's not just a truck anymore.
GMC Truck.
McDonald's Getaway Giveaway is underway. And maybe you've already won America's favorite vacation combination. Premier's Cruise and Disney Week. Air travel provided by Midway Airlines. Come in and redeem this week's money-saving coupons on your favorite McDonald's food. Then match your word to ours.
This week's winning word is Philadelphia.
I won!
McDonald's Getaway Giveaway. It's tons of fun, so don't miss the boat. Cruise into McDonald's today, and maybe you'll sail away on McDonald's Getaway Giveaway.
Stroman, light and natural breads and rolls.
It's showtime, ladies and gentlemen, as they say.
Welcome back for the big finale.
1990 Mummers Parade. And this has got to be the best yet. I mean, they are putting on a fabulous performance. They started off with a big bang, and it is resounding loud and clear.
And it's really going to be a spectacular finale because actually the Brigades, you keep thinking everybody's going to one-up everyone else, but those string bands were so exceptional, so fantastic. The Brigades are really going to have their hands full tonight. In fact, the Brigades are string bands without bands.
Absolutely correct.
They are without their own music. They have bands that they hire to play for them. The newest division, and spectacular.
you are going to see an extravaganza. Yes, you can wave at us, people out there in fancy coats, and this is worth waiting for. And the brigades are being judged on costumes, which are expected to be just fantastic, and presentation. 70% on the costume, 30% on the presentation. And judging from what we just saw coming before, I don't know if I can stand this excitement. It is absolutely wonderful.
Terrific crowd here tonight. Lots of enthusiasm. The weather has turned out to be spectacular, just perfect for a Mummers Parade. Of course, it didn't go on New Year's Day, but what a spectacular Saturday we've had.